Berenice Abbott was an American photographer whose work left a lasting imprint on the visual art world of the 20th century. In the 1930s, Abbott captured the essence of the Big Apple with a unique and detailed gaze, offering us a fascinating window into urban life at that time. In addition to her work in New York, Abbott also made significant contributions to the field of scientific photography by collaborating with the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. She also invented a device called the supersight to obtain enlarged images without compromising sharpness. Her passion for photography as both an art form and a documentation tool was evident throughout her career. Abbott strongly believed in the importance of capturing truth and authenticity through her images. Abbott's photographs, both of New York City and scientific subjects, are recognized and valued as outstanding examples of documentary photography. Her work remains relevant and appreciated today, with her influence enduring in how we understand and practice photography today. Join us on a journey through her legacy as we delve into her commitment to capturing the spirit of modernity and her lasting influence on the world of photography. Berenice Abbott was born on July 17, 1898, in the city of Springfield, Ohio, into a middle-class family facing economic and social challenges. As the youngest of 4 siblings, her life took a turn when her parents separated in 1900, leaving her separated from her 3 older brothers. During her childhood, she was practically raised as an only child until the age of 12 when both sides of her family settled in Cleveland, Ohio. Despite being in the same city, she barely saw her father, who worked as a cement salesman and didn't provide much guidance or understanding. From a young age, Berenice showed an independent spirit, describing herself as a sensitive person who learned to be strong from an early age. Although her mother hoped she would marry or become a teacher, Berenice had other plans. After finishing high school, she decided to study journalism at Ohio State University in Columbus. Passionate about reading and open to new ideas, she joined a group of older students with modernist ideas and progressive politics. Over time, she grew distant from her family and, feeling restless, accepted an invitation from her college friends to move to the vibrant Greenwich Village in New York City. Berenice Abbott moved to New York in 1918 in search of artistic opportunities, leaving behind her journalism studies. After surviving the Spanish flu pandemic in 1919, she settled in Paris in 1921, influenced by the city's creative atmosphere. It was during this time that she met Man Ray, who introduced her to the world of photography. Abbott worked closely with Ray until 1926 when she decided to establish her own studio in Paris with the financial support of Peggy Guggenheim. During this period, Abbott also acquired the photographic archive of Eugene Atget, whose work deeply influenced her own photographic vision. Abbott not only promoted Atget's work, but also actively participated in exhibitions and events related to modern photography. Her contribution to the world of photography was significant, solidifying her position as a prominent figure in the artistic movement of the time. Berenice Abbott moved to New York in January 1929, where she opened a portrait studio and participated in exhibitions of modernist photography. She signed a contract with gallery owner Julian Levy to manage the Atget collection, keeping the archive intact while Levy commercially exploited it. She was deeply inspired by the city's transformation through the construction of skyscrapers and the modernization of infrastructure. Abbott dedicated herself to photographing the city's fast pace and contrast while working on her project Changing New York. She struggled to finance her project during the Depression and also received support from the Federal Art Project in 1935. Her work was exhibited and published, receiving praise from critics like Elizabeth McCausland. Abbott also explored scientific photography and taught photography at the New School for Social Research. Despite her successes, she was labeled a hidden communist during the McCarthy era, and even though her name was removed from the list 4 years later, she continued to live in fear of being spied on in her personal life through phone tapping. Abbott spent the last decades of her life in Maine, where she had bought a house and settled permanently after visiting the state in 1954. Abbott enjoyed the tranquility of the countryside after so many years in New York City. During that time, she photographed the state and published her photographs in 1968 in the book A Portrait of Maine. Abbott's health declined in her later years. However, the sale of the Atget archive to the Museum of Modern Art in 1968 and the increasing sales of her own work provided her with financial security, something she hadn't had for most of her life. Unfortunately, Berenice Abbott succumbed to a respiratory illness that had affected her since childhood and passed away on December 9, 1991, at the age of 93. Berenice Abbott didn't just contribute to the recognition of modern photography as an art form. She also challenged the conventions of her time by exploring innovative and visionary themes and techniques. Her commitment to truth and authenticity in photography led her to capture moments that reflected reality in a raw and sincere way, breaking away from idealized aesthetics of the past. Moreover, her influence extends beyond her own work, as she also played a crucial role as an educator, imparting her knowledge and passion for photography to future generations. Undoubtedly, Berenice Abbott was a pioneering figure whose impact transcends the realm of photography, leaving a lasting legacy that continues to inspire and resonate in contemporary culture. Her legacy endures not only in her own masterpieces, but also in the inspiration she continues to provide to photographers worldwide to explore new frontiers and challenge established perceptions.